Hey, want to skip those ads and get early access and bonus episodes of all Banana for Scale shows? Hop on over to truestory.fm/join and discover all the cool perks that come with being a member of the Banana for Scale family. Coming up, we put a couple of rocks on a bagel. Greetings, First Jumpers. I'm not Lester Ryan Clark.
And I'm not Kynan Diaz.
We're another version of them from another universe, and this is another episode of Every Minute of Everything Everywhere All at Once, a show where we attempt to explain, evaluate, enlighten, and elucidate the Academy Award-winning film Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, so our minute begins with a couple of rocks.
And it ends with a couple of rocks.
Listeners, I guess we have to let you in on the joke now. We always choose what we're going to put on the bagel at the very, very beginning. And we spent, what, 10 minutes?
Probably, yeah.
We're like, what are we going to put on this bagel? And it's like, and we narrowed it down. I kid you not, listeners. We were like, okay, we put 2 rocks on a bagel. And then we put a couple of rocks, right? Or a couple rocks.
A couple rocks.
And then a couple of rocks. And back and forth and back and forth. And finally, because this is like highbrow comedy, folks. We were arguing about this. The details are very, very important. We decided a couple of rocks was the funniest thing. And then lo and behold, I'm reading the script that I wrote this fucking morning. And I say, our minute begins with a couple of rocks.
With a couple of rocks.
Yeah. And it ends with a couple of rocks. So there we go. Yes, folks. We made it. This is the famous rock scene. I feel like we have been running a marathon, and now the movie is providing us this beautiful, quiet, peaceful intermission built right into the movie. But yeah, as always, let's get to the top of this minute by going back just a little bit. You'll remember last week, Evelyn had torn through all the universes, intentionally wrecking them, because it turns out seeing everything and being everywhere all at once is not as awesome as it sounds. It's more like the biblical awesome, but not like the Ninja Turtles awesome.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's actually both incredibly overwhelming and also incredibly empty and pointless. And so, in a fit of helpless rage, she just said, fuck it, fuck this, fuck you, fuck your stupid raccoon, and fuck everything, right?
Especially that fucking raccoon.
Yeah, that raccoon in particular, right? Fuck everything, everywhere, all at once is what she said, folks. And that was the roller coaster of our last minute, where each frame was a different universe, and recording that episode for the podcast also broke us. And now here we are. I love this so much. This is so peaceful, so needed. The Daniels say they were actually worried the audience might get bored, but every time I watch this movie, I get to this part, I'm like, thank God. This is exactly what I need. How about you, Kynan?
Yeah, well, normally I'll watch just a minute or maybe a couple of seconds before our minute to get ready for the show, but this time I did watch the entire montage as it led up to this, and yeah, the pause here, the break in action really hits you. Like there's all this momentum. So I don't know if I actively am like, oh, thank God, but it forces me to sort of confront all the emotions of those images flashing across your consciousness, and like, oh, now I can process them.
Right, because you didn't have time in the moment. It was like...
Right. Yeah. And so you sort of process them, and it like brings a tear to your eye, like an onion, which has layers.
Like an ogre.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, geez, oh, God, like, and so these are images that have, hit you maybe even a minute before, and you're like, okay, now I can respond to them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like you're saying, it's like nothing happening here. The Daniels are afraid that they, an audience might be bored, but no, like it's like you pause all of a sudden, and then the car behind you hits you, and the car behind it hits you, and you get hit again and again and again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're feeling two different things, because I'm feeling this like grateful peace, and you're kind of like, oh, everything's kind of like dominoing into me now that I've had time to rest.
Yeah, I might say grateful as well, though. Like, okay, I can actually start to process these things, and yeah. So I am hit with this sour sense of like ennui, like this feeling of like, oh, geez, okay, here we are. Now we can move on from all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking of when I was younger and I would watch a lot of anime. And there was one that I loved, and I watched over and over again. And later, I would even have it like playing in the background while I was like working or doing stuff. And that was Ghost in the Shell, the original 1995-96 movie. And for anyone that cares, it was the dubbed version. But and
it was the 90s. We didn't know, everybody.
Yeah, we didn't realize that the other version existed. What you mean they're speaking different languages in some of the tapes? What other language? What other country is there? No.
You'll have to remind me. I've only seen Ghost in the Shell once, and it was when my buddy and I were being pervy little teenagers because it had a nude scene in it, and the cover promised nudity. There is implied nudity, implied boobery on the cover. Yeah.
Yes, heavily implied.
So I've only seen it that once, so I really do associate that movie still with softcore 90s VHS porn, which it is not, of course. It is a
I was trying to make this beautiful moment about stillness and meditation, but never mind. Let's talk about boobies.
No. You will have to remind me though, because I've only seen it the once, and then every time I think about that, of us getting away with watching this because it's a cartoon, so the parents wouldn't know that this is pervy.
Yeah. So you want me to remind you what it's actually about?
Yeah, and like what the stillness part of it is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's about boobies.
Robot ones.
No. And then the stillness is like you're thinking about them. You saw them, and then you're like, wow. No. No, what I was trying to say was, and it has been a long time since I've seen it, but one thing I do remember about that movie is that it had these moments of stillness and reflection where you would just like hold on a single still image for like a long time, like an empty city street, or the subway tracks after the train has gone by, or like the reflection of somebody's face from the window as they're looking out into the city, right? And that movie was so still and quiet at times, and I remember catching myself thinking, I like this. Like maybe other people are bored by this, but I really like this, right? After all the action, right? Like we just had a big action scene or some like revelation about, what it means to be human and can a robot have a soul or whatever, right? And, it was all really heavy and philosophical. That was my takeaway from it.
Right.
Also the boobies. But like really heavy philosophical stuff. Like am I me? Or was I always me? Like what does it mean to be alive? Do I have a soul? All that stuff, right? And so you go through like all this existential stuff, and then on top of that you go through like, it's like the mech terrorists are attacking and you got to scale the walls and shoot the thing in the big tank and blah blah blah. And then we're out, on the middle of a lake on a fishing boat, and we're just looking at the night sky or the city, and the animation, I don't even know if you call it, well, I guess you have to call it animation, but it's like that era of anime did a really, really good job of just showing you literally just a still picture. Like it's not even like moving at all. Like there's not even any like wind blowing or anything like that. And you, like in your mind, it feels like it's still a movie. It's like, oh yeah, that's just the cityscape, or that's just the sea, or that's just the the cloudy sky, or the ice melting in the glass. We got an extreme close up of that or whatever, right? And they wouldn't even and they would be very daring with the music as well. Like daring meaning like maybe not use it at all, like we're seeing or hearing or not hearing in this minute right here, right?
Right. I have a similar anime sort of response with that, with the Grave of the Fireflies was the first time I really sort of noticed that. And sometimes, so that is a movie about these kids, growing up after the war in Japan, right, and like slowly starving, because there's no food and no rations or anything, and there are oftentimes just shots of the main character's face, and again he's a cartoon boy, and there is no animation happening at all, and it's not even like the camera trucking in and getting closer to him or anything. It's just a shot of that, and then just the sound of the wind behind him, and you like swear like, oh wow, look at this performance and all this stuff that you're experiencing, but it's literally an unchanging still image for what feels like forever.
Yeah, it's that thing you were talking about before, the Soviet film theory, like of the person reacting to the soup, or the
Kuleshov effect, the
Kuleshov effect, but dialed up to 11, because it's like it's not even a human being. It's literally ink on paper, or what do you call it, cellophane or whatever, and it literally isn't moving, but you're imagining that character reacting to or having deep thoughts about the scene that just played out before, right?
Right.
I know Grave of the Fireflies isn't Miyazaki, but it reminded me a lot of the early Miyazaki movies, like Totoro and like Spirited Away as well. But I remember watching it with a friend, and my friend had it's like nothing ever happens in these movies, and I remember I didn't say it because I couldn't articulate it, but I remember thinking, yeah, and I like that. Like sometimes I like seeing Kiki, the little witch, like, I don't know, having trouble about like baking a thing. Wasn't that like a thing? Like there was this whole drama about like baking a
probably.
cake or something.
She's
like that.
so bad at everything. Yeah,
but it was like there's no villain, there's no like nothing is at stake except that cake, and then you're suddenly so invested in it. Or the two little kids in Totoro moving into the house, and isn't that spooky, and isn't that like big for like little kids to be living in a new place, and they're helping their father like carry boxes in, and maybe other people's like nothing ever happens in this day, but I'm like, this is riveting, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
real life, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you clean the floors, and sometimes there's a giant monster who lives in the bushes and you defend.
And sometimes you're dead and your sister's dead and you don't even know it.
You don't even know it.
Spoilers for Totoro, guys. We didn't talk about this on this show, did we?
I don't think so. There's that. Okay. It's a fan theory.
It's a fan theory that's very, very, that honestly seems very true if you actually look at the film. But the theory goes that the two little kids are dead throughout the whole movie.
the whole time.
And Totoro is the Grim Reaper, and he, and he's taking the two kids away, and that's why you never see them interact with their parents anymore. And I'm pretty sure Miyazaki has
so silly
come out and debunked this like publicly, right?
Sure, I'm sure he has an opinion on that. Yes.
Yeah. But no, back to those animes that I was growing up on, they would just have these moments of stillness. Another one called Beautiful Dreamer did that as well, where you're just, it's just a hot summer day and you hear like, oh, they do this all over the place, like the cicada sound.
Yeah.
And you just see the corner of a roof. Or like I was saying, like ice melting in a glass or something like that. And like it holds for minutes at a time, and you're like forced to just kind of like sit. It's like the movie giving you permission to like kind of like sit and like you said, Kynan, like process and meditate.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure the Daniels are anime fans.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I guess we haven't clocked like a lot of like direct references in this film, but like
catching a lot of Matrixy stuff. But,
yeah, exactly. Which is Matrix is just Ghost in the Shell.
Yes, it is. Speaking of which, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of this minute.
Keanu doesn't have boobies.
Sure he does. I've seen him.
Okay. Sorry.
No. Yeah, but yeah, this minute feels like a very un-American, un-mainstream American movie idea of just like let's do as little as possible here, as little performance even, and as little editing and as little camera movement, and let's just see how much we could get out of our audience with it.
Yeah, there's so much like even down to the text, right? And we're going to talk about that actually. But yeah, the Daniels say this is one of their favorite scenes in the whole movie. I'm gonna agree with that as well. They knew the audience were going to be tired, and so this was absolutely intentional. After that, like chaotic last minute, and they, we call this minute daring. But I was listening to the audio commentary again, and it sounds like they were kind of like rolling the dice on their the previous minute that we just watched. They were like how many frames, like let's test the limits of our audience, like how much before their heads explode, like how can we literally do one frame for per universe, right? Yeah. But yeah. And for this minute, it was actually Michelle Yeoh's idea that it would be text and no voices.
Right.
All right. So they were like, oh, yeah, I think there's going to be like a voiceover. So it'd be, you and Stephanie Hsu, over these rocks. And she was like, why? No, it should be subtitles. Right?
Yeah, it should be rock language. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just rock.
Yeah, rocks don't speak English. That would violate the rules of this universe. And I'm really glad that they went into that even more daring direction. But I mean, like it's interesting to hear them like, okay, we're experimenting in this sequence and the previous sequence. Like, none of them is just safe. We're testing the audience in both directions.
Yeah. Apparently, they did a Q&A with the creator of IndieWire, and he had said that one of his favorite children's book authors was John Klassen. You might know that name from I Want My Hat Back or This Is Not My Hat. And he had said that while watching this, he had thought of John Klassen's work, which turns out to be great because John Klassen is a friend of Daniel Kwan's and one of his heroes, and absolutely a reference, he says.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me look at. Oh, I've seen the covers of these books in the store. I don't know them, so I Want My Hat Back, and it's a bear with no hat on.
Yeah.
Very conspicuously. And then This Is Not My Hat as a fish. With a hat on.
Yes.
Very conspicuously. And the third part of the trilogy, We Found a Hat.
Oh, really?
It's got two turtles, and they are looking at a hat, but it is clearly not the same hat that the fish had.
Oh.
This is more of a man in the yellow hat.
Hat. Yeah.
But it's a white.
But it's white. Yeah.
This is the Hat trilogy, apparently. All right, have you read these books? I have not.
No, I haven't.
But yeah, I like the art from the covers at the store.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. Yeah. So their friend got name checked, and then he's like, "Oh yes, definitely. That's what we're thinking of."
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Now, Kynan, before we recorded today, you sent me a screenshot of a book that you wanted me to read, another children's book called Sylvester and the Magic Pebble.
Right.
That story was so sad I couldn't even finish it. No, I'm kidding. I finished it. I was so tempted to just tell it. It was like, no, I just couldn't turn the page after.
That's very funny.
But yeah, tell me why you wanted us to read this.
Well, it's so short that there's not even page numbers, but it's like a little picture book, a cardboard book, and this is by William Steig, who also wrote Shrek, the book Shrek. And so the Daniels have cited this as an influence specifically for the rock sequence, and this is in an interview with Jane Rubenstein at Wesleyan. So this is about a donkey named Sylvester who wanders across a field and finds a magic pebble, and it grants him wishes, and they're pretty cool. He's like, I want it to be sunny, I want it to be rainy, and he does all these things, and then. It's a world where the animals are talking animals, but he runs across a lion who seems not to be a talking animal. And
I didn't even clock that. Wow, that's the heck was with that lion?
I don't know.
Because
otherwise, that lion is a criminal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that lion is like, I'm going to eat you, and I guess this is a world where there are still lions that eat you, because otherwise that is not okay, and that lion should be in jail.
Instead of like, watch out, don't get your pocket picked. It's like, don't get eaten.
So Sylvester's freaked out by this lion, and he says, I wish I were a rock. And he gets turned into a pink rock that is kind of the shade, the children's book version of the shade that Joy is in our scene. Yeah, and he gets stuck like this for several months. Yeah, and his parents are looking for him. They're very concerned, but he
can't wish himself back because he's no longer touching the rock.
Yes, he's dropped the pebble, so he cannot get out of this. So for a children's story, it's pretty existential. So at first he's like, "Oh God, I got to think my way out of this." But he's not touching the pebble, so he can't get out of it. So I would like to read some of this, if that's okay with you. I know it's a very short book, so I hope I'm not infringing on Mr. Steig's copyright too hard. But yeah, Mandy,
I mean, like there's a what is it? Like SAG-AFTRA did like a YouTube video where they sort of animated the pages as a famous guy read it. So
that's cool.
So so you can check that out on YouTube, folks, as well.
Oh, cool. And Mandy Kaplan, who was a guest on our show about this, like when I mentioned Sylvester and the Magic Pebble, then way back near the beginning of our show, she was like, "Oh, I know that story," and it's remarkably sad as a children's story. So there's I know it's a picture book, but there's Sylvester, and he is in the field and is under a starry night. And this is what it says here. And there was Sylvester, a rock on Strawberry Hill, with the magic pebble lying right beside him on the ground, and he was unable to pick it up. Oh, how I wish I were myself again, he thought, but nothing happened. He had to be touching the pebble to make the magic work, but there was nothing he could do about it. His thoughts began to race like mad. He was scared and worried. Being helpless, he felt hopeless. He imagined all the possibilities, and eventually he realized his only chance of becoming himself again was for someone to find the red pebble and to wish that the rock next to it would be a donkey. Did I mention that Sylvester is a donkey?
Yes, you did.
I hope so. Oh, right, yeah. So someone has to pick up the pebble and then somehow figure out that this is Sylvester and basically wish him back, which seems impossible to him, right?
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Yeah.
Someone would surely find the red pebble. It was so bright and shiny. But what on earth would make them wish that a rock were a donkey? The chance was 1 in a billion at best. Sylvester fell asleep. What else could he do? Night came with many stars. Then we cut to an interlude where his parents are looking for him, and they go to the police, who are pigs in this town, and that got the book in trouble with the Illinois. I almost said the Illinois Pig Association. But it is the Illinois.
You almost did that accidentally.
But the Illinois Police Association,
of course,
said this is an inappropriate children's book because it shows the police as pigs. So they are looking for Sylvester, and we pick up a month later where the parents have gotten nothing.
Yeah.
And we get to Sylvester now. He's in the field again, but it is autumn, and there are leaves falling on him. Night followed day, and day followed night, over and over again. Sylvester on the hill woke up less and less often. When he was awake, he was only hopeless and unhappy. He felt he would be a rock forever, and he tried to get used to it. He went into an endless sleep. The days grew colder. Fall came with the leaves changing color. Then leaves fell, and the grass bent to the ground. Then it was winter. The winds blew this way and that. It snowed. Mostly the animals stayed indoors, living on the food they'd stored up. One day a wolf sat in the rock that was Sylvester and howled because he was hungry. Then the snows melted. The earth warmed up in the spring sun and things budded. Leaves were on the trees again. Flowers showed their young faces. We'll leave it there for you to find out whether Sylvester gets turned back into a donkey, but it seems pretty impossible, I would say.
Kynan, like I was as I was reading this, I was like, what? Is this revenge for because you read Mark Twain's A Dog's Tale and you were punishing me? Like,
I read A Dog's Tale when you said on the Devil's Detail, you said specifically to not read A Dog's Tale.
Yes, our other show, folks, our Devil show, we're going over Mark Twain, and I said he wrote a really, really sad story called A Dog's Tale, and I said I'm not going to recommend it. Nobody read it. Nobody should read it. And the co-host read it, and
of course
then
I was going to read it when you said not to read it.
And then he told me, "Don't give us 5 stars, listeners.
Don't tell all your friends."
No, it's like, and then like literally the same day that he told me that he read it, he sent me a picture of this book. And it's like, "Hey, you should read this." And halfway through, I was like, "Oh, this is revenge. This is he's doing this to me now." Yes.
Well, but if it were really revenge, I would have said, "Don't read Sylvester and the Magic Pebble." No, so we'll leave that there because but this is the part of the book that I think is the Daniels' reference here of just like, well, geez, what would it really feel like and be like to be a rock?
They drag it out like first the parents panicking and going to the police, and then we have a scene of the parents like giving up hope,
yes,
and just being sad without their son, and then we go to Sylvester falling asleep as a rock and becoming less and less himself, and I'm just okay. This is how this is going to go, I guess. Like,
yeah, he stops trying to not be a rock. There's no way out of it. Yeah.
Oh God. And I don't know why, but the whole thing about like in the passage of time and the seasons and everything like that, there's just that random what was it, wolf, hungry wolf, just like howling on top of him, and then it's gone, and it's like that had nothing to do with anything, but it's like. It shows us like, oh yeah, the world has moved on without him. It's forgotten. It's like he's just a rock now, right?
The wolf doesn't have any inkling, but it also doesn't have him like realizing that there's a wolf on him. He like has even stopped trying to sense these things. Yeah.
He's not aware of it. We're only because we're reading, and it's like and there's no like wolf being. It was like, wait a minute, this rock feels like a donkey. Like no. He who's the author again?
William Steig.
Yeah, William Steig. Like he. It feels like he's breaking some like children's book rules with like every now like a couple of times I thought, oh, okay, this is when that lion comes back or something else happens, but then it doesn't happen, right? Yeah, or the police are like, oh, I remember I was patrolling in Strawberry Fields.
And there was a rock we'd never seen before, and that's weird.
Yeah, nope. That part's realistic. They fucking useless. Anyway, but yeah, no. Thank you for having me read that.
Oh, good. It took minutes of your day.
Yes, and I do recommend it for you folks at home.
Yeah, it's quite something.
Yeah, read that. Not A Dog's Tale.
When Mandy was on her show and I mentioned that, she was like, "Oh, I know that very well, but I had not read that yet." So yeah, now I see why. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's the inner life of a rock.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get back to these two rocks.
Couple of rocks over here.
These couple of rocks over here. I don't know why it demands that accent.
I think so.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah. Apparently, the Daniel said this was actually one of the hardest shooting days, if you can believe that. It was over 110, maybe 115 degrees, and they're at the Anza Borrego National Park. The sun started going down, and they were like, "Thank God!" But then they looked at the temperature, and it was still 108. I cannot. That is untenable. That is trade one Oscar back. I don't want to do this.
I mean, that's what it is like now in Vegas, but I am inside, so
yeah.
I'm not filming anything.
But currently,
outside.
we are not. We do not have the AC because we want to deliver a good product for you, listeners. But yeah, they truly weren't sure whether or not this scene would actually work. They were afraid the audience might get bored. So they also got their cinematographer friend Jess Dunlap to come back another day and do these like time-lapse sequences, so that the rocks could be like talking while the sun is setting and the shadows are moving. And then they looked at that at the edits, and they realized it was way too much. They didn't need it. They said it was too high energy. And like it's beautiful, but it would have been like a very different scene. And I'm very glad they decided not to do that. It would have felt like the last scene, right? It would have made us tired all over again.
Yeah, and this is the dark night of the soul, that emotional time when we have to sit and think, well, geez, we don't know where the movie is going. Like, we had plans of what the movie was going to be. It's going to be Jobu and Evelyn fighting to the death for the fate of all mankind or whatever.
Yeah.
And now we're like, oh, wait, no. Evelyn is not fighting for the fate of mankind. She is everywhere, everything, everywhere. And, what are we supposed to do? Like, what even is the rest of the movie going to be? And we need some time to sort of process that, like our hero and our villain not knowing what's in the future, but also us not knowing what's in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the title of the movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's like, okay, we saw that. Now what?
Now what? That wasn't very fun.
Yeah. That was the opposite of what I thought it would be.
Yeah, exactly. The movie lied to us.
Or did we lie to ourselves? Yes.
It's even worse.
But yeah, okay, let's talk about what's actually going on here in this minute. It actually feels weird narrating this minute. Like we narrate the ones with like Michelle Yeoh and Stephanie Hsu in them, actually, fun fact, Kynan, I forgot to tell you. So I read that it took about 4 hours to get Michelle Yeoh and Stephanie Hsu into makeup for this minute. That's dedication.
That's dedication. I wonder when they abandoned the idea of doing voiceovers, because I think that is such a smart idea here. So.
I'm tempted to think, wouldn't it be funny if Michelle Yeoh was just tired? She's like, what? No, let's just do it.
I don't want to go out to the desert. Right? I was going to go out there and we're going to narrate over it. We can figure out the camera angle. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Miss Yeoh, just getting into the booth. And, what if it was text? What if it was text?
That's so
it's more zen, right? That's what she said. She was like more like a zen garden.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and no, it's the right call. I'm being stupid. I'm being snotty, right? Like that's absolutely the right call. No voices. Right. Yeah. But yes, okay. Let's talk about what's going on. So as the dust of the movie settles and we settle into this new scene, quite a lot of time goes by in this minute where we're both relaxing and calming down, and also wondering what's going to happen next. It's actually 7 seconds before we finish panning out and we get the first subtitle. And it said, or it wouldn't be subtitle, it would be like super title because it's over them, right? Yeah. And it says, oh, good, you're here too. Now, this sounds like I'm being snotty. I promise I'm not. But the lack of punctuation makes this better. It's actually necessary, I think. Because it feels less like dialogue in a book, which would take us out of the moment, and more like they are texting each other in real time. So it's closer to a real conversation between two sentient people.
Right. So there's no quotation marks here, right?
Right. And there's not only no quotation marks, but, oh, good, you're here too. That needs at least 2 commas. And there aren't any.
Aha. These are positives, folks. That'll be on the quiz. You're right, Lester.
But isn't that crazy? Like, doesn't it feel more real? Like, oh, that's how Joy would talk. That's how Joy would text her mom without the. That's
That's
so
right. English teacher Lester. In the script, it says, "Oh, comma, good, you're here too."
But in the actual movie, it's just, "Oh, good, you're here too."
Right.
Right. So, we're not looking at a still photo in a book with little like speech bubbles above them or like dialogue underneath, right? They're actually talking in real time. You know what I mean?
Yes. The script will not have the next line where she says joy, right? Because, again, this was meant to, in the script, be them actually speaking. So you'd be hearing Stephanie Hsu's voice, which I think is important. That we're like, okay, well, we must understand that this is Evelyn on the right because you've seen her turn her into this rock, and we must understand that this is Joy. But just in case, we have this.
You have Joy, yeah,
Joy.
Yeah. I think, I have no problem with that addition. Yeah,
not at all. I think it's very smart. I wonder, with Stephanie Hsu again, like who else would it be? I guess, right?
Right.
But I wonder if with Stephanie Hsu, just certainly not having as distinctive a voice as the original casting of Awkwafina, for instance, whether if they did the voiceovers, if they would realize too that they need. Oh wait, I need to say Joy or something because like Awkwafina says, "Oh good, you're here too." Like we know it's Awkwafina.
Yeah. And we know Michelle Yeoh's voice, so as soon as she starts speaking, we're like, oh, okay.
Right.
And I actually it's like this gentle kind of like putting us on the back foot anyway, because we're like, wait, what, who, what, but it's not like so confusing that we just like throw our popcorn and be like, fuck this, I don't understand anything. It's very, very gentle and we feel smart for like getting it. Oh, that's Joy and that's Evelyn, right? Yeah.
I think the thing that does put us on the back foot even more and confuses us is that Joy, who is the bad guy, is, oh, good, you're here too.
Yeah.
And and we pick up on Evelyn's confusion with that. We kind of filed that in the background. Like she doesn't say like, "Why are you happy to see me?" But that is a weird thing for her to say, right? Because we've just been in these fights with her. We've just been like with swords and everything, and Oscars, shovels.
Oh my. Yeah, several shovels. But no, I actually have something to say to that. And they're like demeanors here as the rocks. But yeah, that's a little bit down the page. But yeah, like you say, we get the bigger, bluer rock saying "Joy." Right, and the text is a different color. I like that. Right,
so smart.
Yeah, it's so Joy's is white and Evelyn's is black, and if we haven't beaten you over the head enough with it yet, folks, Joy's rock is pinkish, and Evelyn's is now bluish. Right.
Yeah. Where before that had been the opposite. Right.
They swapped colors. Yeah. Right.
And like I think we just said it in the last minute, but just to reiterate this, like when it's the rock in the laundromat, we don't see it as blue at all.
No,
like, we just see it as gray. But then definitely when it's compared to this pink rock, it's a blue rock.
Yes.
Right. It's all
and that's the great thing about it, right? Because like it can be, and in another movie, in another universe, it could look green compared to like an orange rock or whatever, right? But yeah, like I said, so the bigger bluer rock says Joy, and yeah, the text is different color. It's black. That's great, and then it's not like texting because instead of creating a whole new line like a new text, the rest of the text appears. So the word joy is still there, and then we get the next thing she says is like, Joy? What are you doing here? No.
It's so stupid.
That cannot be the thing that we take from like 2 shows ago. Like,
yeah, it can. It's my favorite running gag.
Okay. Which we did on the last episode of our Exorcist show.
That's right.
All right. Anyway. No. She doesn't say that. She says, Joy, where are we? Right?
That's a much more appropriate question.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the little pink rock replies, one of the universes where the conditions weren't right for life to form. And then there's a beat. And then she says, most of them are like this, actually. I like that. What do we think of that?
That's deep, and it is. It's very likely that most worlds don't have life. I mean, like I know that we talked about this a little bit on the show. Like there are a lot of worlds, so very optimistic people. Real, not just science fiction writers, but like real scientists who are optimistic. They tend to say, well, there's just so much stuff out there that there's got to be life, and a lot of what I would say more practical scientists, but maybe also more like cynical scientists are like, not actually, because life is really, really hard to develop. Life barely developed on Earth. Life almost died a couple 100 million years after it emerged on Earth, and we might have just been snuffed out before there was anything like intelligence, So I love this idea here, and it seems to be, scientifically sound. And we never see that in a sci-fi movie. In a sci-fi movie, it's always optimistic, even when the answer is like the aliens are trying to eat you with their acid blood.
Right. Yeah.
That we are not alone in the
acid.
universe.
Okay.
What did you think I said?
You know what I thought you said.
I didn't. I don't know.
You cut out. You said acid blood. Now that I know. Now that I heard.
I don't know what it could be besides acid blood, but okay.
I thought you had said the aliens are trying to eat us with their asses.
No. What do you mean? The alien opens up their mouth and there's an ass inside of it, and then the ass opens up and there's a mouth inside of that?
I've seen that movie. No, cutting this out.
That's very funny. No, but it's like, okay, oh God, like we should be afraid of life out there.
Right.
But if you are, if you take my view or other scientists out there, like life is so rare that it's probably, it might exist in places where we might never as a species find it before the species is killed off.
Right.
So for all intents and purposes, it might not exist, But it's like, okay, optimistic, but they're going to eat you, but it also kind of fulfills this like, no, we're not alone in the universe sort of comforting idea.
They're going to eat you, but oh, good, you're here too.
Right.
It's literally that.
Right.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah. But this thought is so big and scary to me. And you just proposed another kind of like not another option, but who was it? It was some guy. I don't know if it was Neil deGrasse Tyson or somebody much like a much bigger bug who said there are 2 possibilities. Either we are alone in the vast infinite universe, or we're not. And both of those are terrifying. End quote. So he finished by saying both of those are terrifying, right? And I would agree. Like both of those ideas are unfathomable to me. Like I can't imagine. And then you just now introduced not a third one, but like another facet to the idea of like, even if there is life out there, there could have been another, planet where life sprouted and then was snuffed out before we even showed up, or like while we were developing, and we would never know about it. We would never, tree falling in the vastness of space, like that's just, and maybe there is life out there and we'll never make contact.
We won't reach near speed of light capacities for travel in time before they are killed or we are killed, right? Okay, well, I'm just going to ask you now. I mean, again, I like the answer that both of them are terrifying, but which one would you rather, for the sake of podcasting, which one would you rather it be? That the aliens eat our asses.
No, their asses eat us.
Oh,
unless you're introducing another option.
The aliens are millennial ass eaters, or
that we're completely, utterly
I don't know.
alone.
I'm not necessarily bothered by the idea that there aren't other aliens out there. So that is more like that's just status quo to me. Like I'm not necessarily concerned with that.
That bugs me though, because then what are we? Like what do we like?
We're the best the universe has got, baby.
But are we? Like
yeah, we're the only one.
We're the best and the worst.
Yeah.
We're the most evil thing created. We're the absolute worst, but also the best, but also in the infinity of space and time, we're a blip.
Right.
And how much time passed before we showed up, and how much time is going to pass once we're because there is going to be a time when we're not here anymore, and then what? And well, we won't be around for that, but I just can't.
Right.
And then life never popping up again? Like
maybe.
Then what does anything mean? I'm starting to sound like Joe now. Like what the fuck does anything mean? Why am I worried about paying rent?
Well, that's a good question.
If there's going to be nothing at some point, and if we're completely, utterly, absolutely alone,
Yeah, because I think a lot of people who like create art or or build cities or what have you, like after the what Nietzsche kind of facetiously referred to as the death of God, like that humanity had murdered God, like then what else do we do to like keep society going, and like why are we doing any of this? Like a lot of them have held on to this idea, I think, in the back of their minds that they you sort of hear this of like, okay, when future alien civilizations discover us with their future archenists, right? Like so somebody will find us somewhere, and
if there is anybody, though,
right? I know exactly. If there is nobody, then we need Nietzsche to answer that question again, I guess.
Yeah, but he won't be there. None of us will. Like that's the weird thing. Isn't this a quote? Like there'll be no one to read our stories or something like that, or hear our songs.
That's Brad Pitt.
Oh,
that's Brad Pitt as the cynical weatherman on the Jim Jordan show.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's where I got it from, because you did it as I think an outro.
Yeah, that's Brad Pitt on the Jim Jeffries show. He's the cynical, morbid weatherman who is like hey, tell us about the news or whatever, the weather, and he's like climate. No one's listening about climate change, and we're all going to die. Right? So it's like, yeah. So what's the forecast? Weatherman, and he says, well, the forecast is we're all going to die, and there will be no one left to remember our stories. Our memories will all burn. Back to you, Jim.
Hilarious. But I like, and maybe this is a fault of the human brain, but I cannot conceive of, we were just talking about it. We were building, castles in the air about like a future alien race discovering our dead planet. And as morbid as that is, what if it's not even that? What if nobody? What if like nobody finds us? Right?
Like that's much more comforting to me that they'll dig through our stuff and see how shitty we were. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. Like, whew. Yeah.
But again, like, life might have been snuffed out. Life might have never developed in that way. Life might have developed in the ocean as it did here on Earth and never get to land, right? On whatever planet there might not be land on these planets. It's really hard to think about how an ocean species like a really intelligent octopus makes rocket ships. It then like sets fire and gets off the planet. It's really hard to think about that.
Yeah. I mean, like when we talk about life, right? I'm just like when I was younger, I would think it's like there could be like just for a split second on Saturn, there's like a blip of bacteria and then it's gone, right? Like just all the components like aligned to make like some kind of like semblance of like what we would dictionary define as life, and something was alive for like a second and then it was gone, and we will never know because we can't even get there,
Right.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
This is,
there's probably life on Mars like that, and it didn't last, long enough to even form eyes or anything,
right?
Let alone talk to us.
Right.
It did.
Yeah. Couldn't like no asses were eaten. I mean. Yeah. But no. Yeah, just that idea that like most of the rooms in this big infinite house are empty. Like, whoa, like, most of the the apartments in this apartment building are empty, right? And there's just one person like living in one, in room 201 or something like that, right? And that's us. That's Earth, right?
Jeez.
God.
Well, that's creepy. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. I wasn't creeped out before, but now I am.
Yeah. See, ironically, by making it a smaller scale, talking about apartment buildings. Like Mars is our neighbor, right? And we're like, oh man, like there's so much like loud music, I got to complain to the landlord about. And then you go over and you knock on Mars's door, and it's empty, and it's been empty, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, there's bacteria there a billion years ago. That doesn't help us.
Yeah. So after all of that, so Rock Joy has just laid that on Evelyn, right? This is like most of them are like that. Most of them don't even have life, right?
Right.
To which Rock Evelyn responds, "It's nice." And I have to agree. And I like how weird that sounds after what Joy just said, how like most universes don't have any life at all, and that weird existential trip that I just went through. But like in this movie, Evelyn says it's nice, and and you look at the movie screen and you look around, it's like, yeah, it is, and then Joy responds. She says, yeah, you can just sit here and everything feels really far away.
Yeah, in the script, it says that they can hear the faint sounds and voices from the other universes, but they fade away.
Oh.
In the Jackie Chan script, when they have the equivalent line, they don't quite say it like this, but they hear sirens and like screams and like war and stuff in the far distance. So we've completely taken that out. So we've gone from the original where it's like, yeah, we can kind of hear, and then in the 2017 script, right, or the 2022 script, it is more like we can hear, I don't know what they thought they would hear, but gong gong and, Wayman or something. Yeah, exactly. So in our final version, we don't have any of that.
Good choice.
Yes, absolutely.
That this is the best choice. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, Kynan, I wanted to ask you, have you ever been out in nature and experienced something like this perfect quiet, like a quiet so quiet you didn't even know what quiet was until you heard it, like you can feel the size of the quiet?
No, thank God.
Okay.
I've always been out there with the radio or me yapping to a friend or something.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this says about me. Like especially after that weird like breakdown that I just had. But so I remember one time, long time ago, when I was very little, I went hiking with my dad and my brothers in Red Rock Canyon near Las Vegas. You know Red Rock. Yeah. And we were in what I used to call the Bacon Mountains, because they got red and white and pink stripes running through them like giant slabs of uncooked bacon.
That's great. Yes.
Yeah. And I remember the sun was setting and I had gone off by myself a little ways away from my family, and I found this crag overlooking the valley below, and I got to the top of it and I just sat there and I looked out, and only then did I realize how quiet it was. Like I'm not kidding, like someone had turned off the sound, or someone had turned off my ears. I don't know if it was the acoustics of this place or the fact that I think it was winter or autumn, so maybe all the desert life had gone like deep underground, but it was a type of quiet I had never experienced before, and it was so vast. Like I was looking out at the valley and I was like, this quiet belongs to that valley over there. Like it's coming from that valley. I know that sounds weird, but like that's where the quiet is coming from.
Right.
And And that's the part that I couldn't get over, was how big it was, how much, like, that much area, that much land could be that quiet. I could hear my own blood in my ears. I was the noisiest thing for miles. And it was scary and immense and overwhelming, and also incredibly peaceful and beautiful. And now every time I hike, I try to find that feeling again. Like, I don't know, like, it's weird that I was just like freaking out about like possibly being alone in the universe. But like that moment, I genuinely hope you do like have a moment like that, because it was like profound is the only word that fits it. It was just so amazing.
I've heard people who got to see eclipses in totality, where, you know, when you are out in the woods, sometimes it'll feel like quiet, but if you really start listening, you'll see that there are a lot of noises of like animals and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I've heard people who have gone into a total eclipse, and even the animals get quiet, because like, what the hell is that? Yeah, and then and people weep, and they're like, whoa, I found myself in the universe, you know?
Yeah. And that's what I was expecting, was like, I mean, you know, we're in the desert, and you know, the desert has life, you know? I mean, like, anyone growing up in Vegas knows, you know, the desert isn't actually a desert. It's, you know, you got lizards and spiders and all sorts of, you know, things kind of scurrying through the, you know, the crispy bush and, you know, and all that stuff. So you hear stuff all the time.
Right.
And I didn't hear anything. And it was just, it was weird and amazing and beautiful. Yeah. But yeah.
I'll bring my Netflix, don't worry.
Okay, cool. But no, and you know, and then like, you know, because my I had gone like ahead a little bit of my family, and so they eventually caught up, and I could hear them, from so far away. It was crazy. Like, it's like, wow, like they're all the way over there. It's gonna be like 15 minutes before they even get to me. And like that. You know, so I knew I was safe. I knew, you know, that they weren't freaking out or anything like that.
Right.
And maybe that was part of it. Was like I'm here. I'm alone. I'm completely alone and completely, you know, it's quiet and I'm safe and like I'm at the highest peak of this mountain, you know, just looking at the sky, looking at the valley below. And I don't know, like, you know, I'm not trying to get like woo woo with the universe or religious or anything. But just like, I mean, I guess there's a reason both religious and non-religious people, you know, like have that kind of like thing hit them whenever, you know, they experience moments like that.
Right.
You know? Yeah. But yeah. And so, yeah, we get and so, yeah, in this, I wonder if the Daniels had that, like, you know, out in the mountains here.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know, you got the camera crew and all that stuff. But,
yeah, they're recording without sound because they don't literally have, in case that wasn't clear, that was a joke. They don't have Evelyn, and they don't have Stephanie Hsu and Michelle Yeoh, like, narrating over these shots or anything in the desert, you know? So, yeah, but I wonder, if so you can, like, have crew talking over when you're getting these shots and just, like, say whatever you want. But, yeah, I wonder if they didn't, if they tried a couple where it's just, like, let's just feel that.
Just for the mood, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we get a close-up of Rock Evelyn, and she says, "Joy, I'm sorry about ruining everything." Interesting. So what do we think of Evelyn saying this right now, like admitting this? Like we just had the crash out of all crash outs, and she is, you know, like she's effectively, you know, she was effectively like just breaking everything. Everywhere all at once, and now she's apologizing. Like, what do we like? Too soon, or is it just the right time, or like what's motivating this apology right here?
Well, it's shockingly soon because we don't expect that she's learned her lesson yet because I mean, it just happened, right? So it is shocking. I think it's in a good way. It's shocking. It's like, oh wow, but also the question is like, why is she apologizing to Joy? Like, why isn't that what Joy wanted her to do? You know, like why apologize to Joy for being bad at everything?
What I really want this to be, and I didn't write this down, so I don't know how I'm going to articulate it, but what I really, really want this to be is, in this quietness, in this stillness, her having a, maybe in the last minute when we were kind of like flashing through all of the universes, her life was flashing before her eyes, and she saw, oh, this is what I have done to Joy as she's been growing up, as I've been her mother. And that's what she's apologizing for now, for driving Joy to be Jobu and turning her into Jobu. And so I'm sorry, like literally, I'm sorry for everything everywhere all at once. I'm sorry for all of this, for not being the mom I should have, or being too much of a mom, or, you know, but like, I wonder if, like, if you have the omnipotence and omniscience of of a god now, and you can see everything, then you must surely realize like what you have done to your daughter. And now we're in this quiet moment, and she was like, oh my God, like I just realized it now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I like that. I also would like a version where it is, you gave me this gift that like basically you said it was a test, like could you handle being me, could you possibly understand me, like where were you when I was making the world as
right,
as
Job's
Jehovah says in Job, like so here you are now, you're me, and now you failed at it, like you haven't shown me that like there is a good version of that, because that's ultimately what I guess that answer requires you to sort of work backwards, because that's basically what she says in the next scene in the temple when we go back there. But like she was hoping that Evelyn would be a better omniscient god than her, and that she would show her the way, right?
Yeah.
And I think here potentially Evelyn can know that without Joy having to tell her that, and they can communicate as rocks, right? Better than they could communicate as people, of course, like better than when they were humans and they were just mother and daughter humans, like they can communicate as rocks better.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I said it on this show. Just the idea of the villain's challenge being a lot of times being a cry for help, right? And the whole Joker, like, you complete me, and more, it's like hey, like if we go by the idea that the villain is a failed hero from the past, like it's like I went down that path, like I tried it doesn't work, and I want to prove to you that my way is the right way, and you're you can't be a Jedi, you can't be a hero, you can't save Oz, like I know this, I tried, and then
I didn't fail, the world failed,
exactly, right? The world is broken, the game is rigged, but then like deep down secretly, or maybe it's not, and maybe I just need you to show me that it's not, and please show me, please, and sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, and here is a situation where it looks like. I mean, this is like the clearest example of that. We're going to see in the next minute where Joy literally says, "I wasn't trying to kill you. I was trying." Well, we'll say that, but like she literally says that, like she wanted to be shown that the universes are worth it, and that things do have value, and right now it seems like that has failed. Yeah. But then at the same time, and I love this. I love what the Daniels are doing. It's failed. We're at that dark night of the soul. But as Rock Evelyn says, it's nice.
Yep.
And what a weird taste in your mouth, right? Like yeah, this is like yeah, we both failed. We've both lost. Like all is lost. This is the all is lost moment. And nothing exists but empty space and you, to quote our Devil show. It's nice. Like what a I don't know. Like it's a weird. I'm surprised by how like nice and peaceful that is. You know.
Yeah, they're not trying anymore. There's nothing to worry about anymore.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Joy's going to say in a second. But first, okay, I didn't think about it until writing this episode, Kynan. But I'm realizing now that Evelyn ending up here in this rock universe is not something that Jobu did. Maybe earlier, Jobu was, sort of pulling her along through all the different universes, sort of showing her that A, she can do that, and B, how meaningless it is, right? But as many times as I've seen this movie, this is the first time I'm realizing, wait. This isn't Jobu showing her the next cool thing. Evelyn went here on her own, or she ended up here, which means this version of Joy was already here alone. Hence the, oh good, you're here too. So as this whole movie was playing out all the way back to minute 1, this Joy was just hanging out alone in this universe, being a rock, and now finally Evelyn has ended up here too. That part is not something that I ever put much thought into. I just sort of assumed that they were traveling together this whole time, and they followed each other into this rock universe, and they got swept up together into it, right? But no, Joy was already here, and yeah, I know Rock Evelyn was already there too, but now our Evelyn has arrived. You know what I mean? And that, like, so it's like, to go back to like the the big house full of empty rooms. It's like you wander into a room that you didn't even know existed, and your daughter's there, and she's been there, and she's like, oh good, you're here too. Yeah. Right? Like, wow. And yeah.
Yeah, and that's not saying what happens to Sylvester. But it is like Sylvester being a rock and giving up on any chance anyone is ever going to figure out how to turn him back into a donkey, and he's just going to sleep forever. And then all of a sudden something happens. He's oh, great. That's not my fate. My fate is not to be the only rock in this universe that doesn't have any chance of anybody ever, coming into contact with me.
Yeah. And so like we said, Evelyn apologizes, and Joy says, "Shh," and then you don't have to worry about that here. Mm-hmm. And then I've seen this as a meme or maybe an inspirational poster. Mm-hmm. We cut to the wide shot, and above them is Joy saying, or the super titles of Joy saying, "Just be a rock." Mm-hmm. Have you seen that
No,
like advertising for this movie, or just like on a T-shirt or whatever?
No, that makes perfect sense though. Yeah,
like that's on. Like I want that on a coffee mug. Like just this shot with the super title saying "Just be a rock."
It is Buddhist, like Zen Buddhist specifically. Like it is the way that Michelle Yeoh says of just like this is in Buddhism they have these koans, they're called, and they're just phrases like that are supposed to be nonsensical, and then if you're not ready for the wisdom that they have, it just sounds like nonsense. And then sometimes you're ready for them and it hits you. So what is the sound of one hand clapping? And that to most of us it's so cliche it doesn't actually mean anything. And then to some people like, oh my god oh my god just be a rock, just be a rock, just be a rock. And I've seen that in acting classes as well. Like I've said to some actors this kind of Buddhist sort of Taoist koan rather, where it's like, well, what should I be doing, moment to moment in the scene? And like, well, you shouldn't be thinking about that. You should just be thinking, you should be responding to the scene of what's happening and then living truthfully there or whatever. And so you say like, like they say in Taoism, like be like water, which is just like you're not in control of where you're going, but you flow where you're able to and don't flow where you're not able to, Right. And sometimes you say that to people and they're like, I don't know what that, sure, great, whatever. Be like water. And then I've seen sometimes some young actors go, oh my God, like, oh, of course. That's what you do is you be like water.
Yeah. You say, what's the sound of one hand clapping? And Bart Simpson goes, oh, it's like this. I could not think of that. But,
He's just not ready for that wisdom.
No, he's not.
Yeah, just be a rock that is beautiful.
Yeah. But then Evelyn says, I feel so stupid. Does she mean I feel so stupid after like everything that's happened, or I feel so stupid? That's what I think. Or
I
the
think
second.
So too.
Okay. Because the other one was just like just be a rock. Oh, I feel stupid like I'm like in a costume of a rock. Like,
right. Yeah, that's stupid advice from my acting teacher to be water. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Or even if I'm trying, like what does that even? I'm not water. Right? Yeah,
Right.
But no, I think it is. Like she wants me to be in the present, but I'm still stuck in the past of all my stupid mistakes.
Of all the things, yeah. Like
Right.
of the rest of the movie. Yeah, the previous movie, yeah. To which Joy replies, God, please, we're all stupid. Small, stupid humans. It's like our whole deal. I love that so much. I did not expect to get emotional watching a couple of rocks.
A couple of rocks here.
Like the first time I watched this, and it still gets me every single time I watch it. It like this, and that line, right? Like I know other folks might not like that statement that we're all small and stupid, but to me, it's this immense relief. Again, I guess, yeah, like to answer my other, freak out, it's like, what does it mean if we're the only ones in the universe? It's like, what are we? It's like, well, we're just small and stupid. It's like, oh, thank God. Like, oh, okay. Like, fine. Yeah, everything's fine,
Right.
And then, yeah, she continues. She says, actually, before we get to that, what do you think of that line? Like, we're all small and stupid.
I think that's right. That's just the nature of being. Yeah, there is nothing to do there. There's no correct way to be. Just be what you are. Be a human.
Yeah.
Be rock.
You're not gonna win.
Right. I'm winning at being.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, some people
winning.
try to do that. Yeah, they try to be. Yeah. # winning at being. But
yeah, and I think that's that's another. That's just more proof that we're small and stupid, because it's like, of course we would try to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like
we would set value on things and like how much of this I have or whatever.
Yeah, but the idea that we're all stupid. I mean, who's the coolest person on the planet? Like Steph Curry or Michael B. Jordan or the billionaire Kardashian. I can't remember her name. Kylie Jenner.
Aren't they all billionaire?
Well, there's the
Kardashians?
one with the makeup company, Kylie.
Oh,
yeah, she's
okay.
the billionaire. Yeah, but yeah, like all of them also feel stupid and useless. Probably a lot.
Well, they are, but
Right, because they're humans, right? But
Yes,
like,
yes,
we
yes.
can't help compare ourselves. But like, yeah, that's just our thing is to be
Yeah.
stupid and to be plagued by our mistakes, quote unquote
Yep.
mistakes. Yeah.
Yep. To quote that book, everyone poops. Except dead people, I guess.
They poop a little bit for a little while.
You are right. Yes.
Yeah.
Rocks don't poop.
Rocks don't poop. I don't think.
No, they don't. No. That's one thing Sylvester doesn't have to worry about anymore.
Well, that's one less thing, as
Yep.
Forrest Gump says.
But yeah, Joy continues. She says, for most of our history, we knew the Earth was the center of the universe. We killed and tortured people for saying otherwise. Shout out to our boy Galileo. All right, he's a regular on our Devil show. We talk about him a lot.
Yes.
But I didn't realize we were going to be talking about him on this show. And yeah, Joy continues. She says, that is, until we discovered that the Earth is actually revolving around the sun, which is just one sun out of trillions of suns. And that's where our minute ends, on that note. That we're spinning around one sun that is one of trillions of suns. Yeah. And again, it's like, I don't know if I should feel calamitous about that or nice about that, you know?
I was trying to remember, so I did a Google here, and I was like, oh, geez, either one of these would be mind-blowing. I don't know why. Are there more stars in the universe or grains of sand on Earth? And I was like, well,
It has to be stars.
geez, either one. If they're like, oh, there's more grains of sand, that would be mind-blowing.
That would be scary. That would be worse.
You've been very scared today, and I'm not trying to scare you. That would be
There's like a
worse.
limited number of stars, like, and that's it. Turns out there are more grains of sand on this one little blue planet than there are stars in the.
All right,
there's
so
a
there
wall
are-
to the universe.
There are more stars in the observable universe than there are grains of sand by a lot, apparently. So there are 7.5 quintillion grains of sand, and there are 1 septillion stars.
Thank God.
So quint is 5, sept is 7. So, okay, that's quite a lot more.
In the observable universe, so we're not even talking about the rest of the universe we can't observe.
Yes. There might not be anything there, but there might be.
I see. That's another weird like. What was it? At the end of Stephen King's first Dark Tower book, right, which is like a series of 7 books. Which I don't know. Like, we got to find an excuse to talk about that series. I mean, it is about universe jumping, but yeah, he confronts this guy that he's been chasing all throughout the book, and this guy kind of like lays it out for him. He's like, what happens, like when you go past, the farthest known star, like what are you going to see? Are you going to see like, under construction, like a sign,
That's right.
it's like detour, turn back, or or are you going to find that there's a wall, and if you break through that, what do you see? Is it like the shell of an egg? Are we in an egg this whole time? Like what's going to happen, right? Are we on a single blade of grass, and somebody's going to come along with like a lawnmower and just like wipe us out at some point? Like, yeah.
The coolest idea that's also the stupidest is that you start over again.
I mean, yeah.
At the end. Like that is not going to be the answer, but that is the coolest idea.
Hey, like video game rules, when you reach the end of the screen, then you're just kind of like, you disappear off to the right, and then you just show up on the left, and you're like, hey.
Like Pac-Man, yeah.
Yes.
So Pac-Man rules is the universe just does that, yeah.
I want that to be true.
Yeah, that's the coolest, but that doesn't make any sense. In Futurama, they get to the edge of the observable universe. Have you seen that?
No.
And there's a little wall, and there's a little rest stop, and there's those binoculars that you put a quarter in, like at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, okay.
And so they look across, and it is alternate reality versions of them doing the exact same thing, mirrored, looking through the binoculars and waving it at each other, at their counterparts. Because in that universe, their counterparts went there at the exact same time, of course.
Of course.
Because it's parallel.
Yeah. Oh. I like this kind of like Cliff's Notes blowing my mind. It's like, like blow your mind for dummies, that I'm getting here. Yes. Right. Yeah. Yeah, because the real stuff is too big and too heavy and too scary.
All right, if you say so.
Well, no. I mean, like we have been attempting it, and I'm glad that we're that we're going on this journey. But yeah.
But that's the end of our minute.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. All right. Well, what did we think of this minute?
I love it, and we still have more Rock Universe, luckily.
Yes,
but yes, it is staggeringly beautiful. It really stops you in your tracks. Makes you not just think, but makes you feel.
Yeah. If I remember correct, I'm going to have to go back and look at all of the kind of production videos and behind the scenes stuff. But I thought I remembered one of the Daniels taking these two rocks and just chucking them into the valley, into the like the ravine below, meaning they're still down there.
Well, but they do roll down the hill in the movie.
Yes, but no. I mean, like I swear, like it was a video of one of the Daniels being like, "Well, that's a wrap." Buy rocks, and he just chucks them.
You can't do that with most actors at the end of your movie.
Well, it's because the actors were like, "Hey, so about our pay," and he's like, "Whoa!" But no, like I clearly remember, unless this is a false memory, that nobody like took these rocks home as a memento. Like they're still out in the desert, and I'm like, they're out there still.
You can go down to San Diego and find these.
Yeah. All right. Oh, somebody's already probably got them.
You'll
Somebody
never
probably
know
had the exact same idea.
I don't know. That didn't occur to me. So maybe you should go down there.
Yeah. Because things exist when we're not looking at them.
Has that been proven scientifically?
Good point, Kynan. All right. Okay. But yeah, folks, this has been the 101st minute of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've been Lester Ryan Clark. You can reach me in all the universes as Lester Ryan Clark. All the universes that I am in. There are some that I'm not in.
Right. And I've been Kynan Diaz. That's my name, right? See, when you change the thing, I don't know where we are.
I've been a rock for so long. It just...
Oh, that's true.
Kynan Diaz. That's a name I've not heard in a long, long time.
You haven't heard Obi-Wan Kenobi in a long, long time? Ben Kenobi? Stupid.
I've been out here in the desert. It's very nice and quiet out here until you showed up.
All right, I've been Kynan Diaz, and in the Observable Universe, I'm on Letterboxd and Instagram as Howdy Kynan.
Yeah, we got our Facebook listener group, Banana for Scale. That's a community for all of our shows, including this one. It's a private group, but just request to join, and you'll be sucked into the banana. If you want more, consider joining us at truestory.fm/join and look for Banana for Scale. That's us. You get bonus episodes of all our shows, access to our Discord, and you get your episodes a week early and ad-free. Pretty cool. Just $5. If you're not sure about that yet, one thing you can do that's absolutely free and would mean all the universes to us, even the empty ones, would be to give us a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to our show. That and sharing the show by word of mouth or on social media is going to help our little podcast grow and find more cool people like you. Alrighty, time to jump. Wow, there is not a lot in this universe.
I can think of two things.
I mean, those are the two things I don't want to disturb. I feel sentimental feelings towards these rocks. I don't want to touch them. Right. But Kynan, if you go back and you listen to this minute, it is really, really quiet, right? It's that type of vast, peaceful quiet that I was talking about earlier, right? And it's so quiet that you can actually hear some chucklehead down there in the valley, and he's rooting around, searching for a couple of rocks. You just hear like mutters, like, God damn it.
Two rocks. Anybody seen a couple of rocks?
I got a call for 2 rocks here.
Yes, well, something else that you can't quite see here in this universe where life never evolved is some microscopic starts of life.
Oh.
Yes, just the beginnings of them. And you might see me trying to egg along the revolution, showing them my phone, saying, look, this is an Uber app. You click on this and a taxi comes and drops off some French fries for your life. What do you think of that?
And you see... through the microscope, you can see the little bacterium just like, ooh, French fries.
French fries. And this is Twitter, and you go on there and you argue with people you would never talk to in real life about things you would never talk to them about.
Ooh, this looks unpleasant. They're going to worship you, Kynan. You brought truth to their existence.
That's right. It's the town square of the 21st century.
French fries and Twitter. All right. Okay, Kynan, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I was thinking, Lester, what's the sound of one hand clapping?
I thought there wasn't an answer.
Well, Bart Simpson has it. Just. I don't even know if you can hear that on the microphone.
I can hear it. And there we are, folks. All right. And with that, we'll leave you until next time. 1, 2, 3.